From abandoned airplanes and ships to the unusual hidden spots in our cities, these are 12 strange, abandoned places and machines. Number 12. The Kodinka Aerodrome. Location, Moscow. The Kodinka Airport was built in 1910 with donations from aviation enthusiasts. It was the official and only airport in Moscow until the 1930s. It was used and cherished for almost 100 years, until its eventual shutdown in 2003. The area was repurposed and part of it became the airport graveyard that we see in these pictures. Many planes, commercial and military, are housed here, left to collect rust and provide an eerie reminder of what used to be. Number 11. The Teufelsberg Devil Tower. Location, Germany. Teufelsberg is a man-made hill. It's made of approximately 75 million cubic meters of debris from the destruction of Berlin during World War II. The eerie tower on top of the hill was used as a listening tower by the US government during the Cold War. The project was completed by the NSA, and it was believed to be a big part of the global ECHELON intelligence gathering system. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, the station was no longer needed. The NSA gathered all of their equipment and closed up shop, except they decided to leave the building intact. Over the years, the station has become a cool spot to explore, and even though there were some talks of bringing it down, a local veterans group is opposed to any such plans. They want to turn the whole hill into a memorial for fallen soldiers during the war. Number 10. The Unknown Milk Factory. Location, Australia. There is not a lot of information about this strange factory. If you didn't know milk was processed here, it might seem like something out of a mad science movie. Flickr user Dark Day explored the abandoned milk factory and managed to take some amazing photos. They never did disclose the exact location though. It is most likely in Brisbane, and doing some digging led to this address. Unfortunately, the current Google Maps snapshots shows that the factory has been completely destroyed. I wonder if in 50 years, someone else will explore a future abandoned factory at the same location. The Gila River Memorial Airport. Location, Arizona. This is not the first abandoned place in Arizona that we have seen, not by a long shot. Anyway, the Gila River Memorial Airport was used until the 80s, primarily for crop dusting flights. Psst, what do you think about chemtrails? As time progressed, the airport turned into a boneyard for retired aircraft. The airport is not very accessible, and police have been spotted around, yelling at many modern explorers. Nearby, an even stranger place exists. The mysterious saucer-shaped Casa Grande domes. This was supposed to be a manufacturing facility for a company called Intercon Technologies, but the project failed big time. Number 8. The wreck of SS America. Location, the Canary Islands. The SS America was finished in 1939. It was originally intended to be a passenger ship, but due to the progress of the war in Europe, in 1941, the ship was acquired by the US Navy. At that point, it was used to transport troops, and even made it to the war books when 2 Nazi spies were found on board. After the war, the SS America switched many owners and was used as a passenger ship all the way to 1994. During a tow operation, a major storm caused the tow lines to break, and the SS America drifted away in the Atlantic Ocean until it resurfaced at the beaches of Fuerteventura Island. It has stayed there ever since, left to the elements. And if it wasn't for that island, I bet you it would have ended up at our next spot. Number 7. The Skeleton Coast. Location, Namibia. The Skeleton Coast got its name from the numerous seal bones that littered it during the height of the whaling industry. Nowadays, the metal bones of shipwrecks have replaced them. It is estimated that there are over 1,000 vessels that have met their demise around these parts, and there's plenty of proof. The place is also referred to as the land God made in anger by some locals. It sports some of the most inhospitable conditions in all of Africa, and that's saying a lot. But it has also become a hotspot for extreme surfers because of the crazy waves. Number 6. The Chittagong Ship Breaking Yard. Location, Bangladesh. This specific location is hardly abandoned, quite the opposite really. This is the biggest shipbreaking operation in the world, and it employs more than 200,000 people. The work they do is so dangerous that on average, 1 worker dies every week. What is abandoned though are the massive ships that are spread around the beach. More than 100 of these big old ships are taken apart piece by piece here every year. The stakes are high. Because of no regulation, no one cares about the environment or workers' rights there. Some have speculated that the owners of the shipyard earn as much as $1 million per ship, while the workers make around $3 per day. It has been speculated the whole business began when big companies would actually just abandon their ships in the areas of Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. Number 5. Spree Park, Berlin. Location: Berlin. Spree Park was originally opened in 1969 under the name Kulturpark Planterwald. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, the park took on its current name. It operated until 2001, when massive debts and sketchy owners closed the park down indefinitely. It is always very creepy to see an abandoned amusement park, and this one definitely has that Chernobyl-type vibe. Luckily, it has been announced that the park will be restored to its former glory by 2018. Hopefully, history doesn't repeat itself. Number 4. The Pegasus airplane crash. Location: Antarctica. On October 8, 1970, the C-121 Lockheed Constellation aircraft, named the Pegasus, crash-landed by the McMurdo Station in Antarctica. The plane took off from Christchurch, New Zealand, and found itself in the eye of a vicious storm over Antarctica. They did not have enough fuel to return back to New Zealand safely, so they tried to land. Needless to say, the task was too hard for any pilot. The plane crash-landed near the actual ice strip they call an airport, and everyone survived with minor injuries. Due to the massive amounts of money it would take to salvage the airplane, the US government decided it would be easier to just leave it there. The plane is still in pretty good condition, and you can visit the crash site, but first you have to get to Antarctica. To commemorate the crash, the airstrip in McMurdo was renamed to Pegasus Field. Number 3. The St. Nicholas Coal Breaker. Location: Pennsylvania. This coal breaker was once the largest in the world, capable of processing 12,500 tons of coal per day. The site was built around 1861, and the second current breaker was built in 1931. Even though it was the safest and biggest operational machine of its kind, it shut down a mere 30 years later. There were talks of preserving the machine as a historic site, but the cost was estimated as tens of millions of dollars. The breaker has been completely dismantled as of 2015. Number 2. The Sathorn Unique Tower. Location: Thailand. The story of this huge 47-story luxury condominium building starts in 1990. It was designed and developed by Rangsan Torsuvan, a famous architect and developer in Thailand. In 1993, Rangsan was accused of plotting the murder of the president of the Supreme Court of Thailand. The case dragged on until 2010. The building was not touched much since '93, and to this day, it is a big eyesore. But it has also become an urban explorer's dream. Not very secure, many entrances, and tons of things to see and touch on the inside has made this an abandoned structure that is very much alive. Before we jump to number 1, we asked if you thought the government is still controlling the media in our 8 craziest declassified military projects video. Here are some of the great comments. The general consensus seems to be that, yup, definitely without a doubt, the CIA is still messing with us. Number 1. Krakow. Location: Italy. When you hear ghost town, you immediately think of the American Southwest, not Italy. But Krakow is exactly that, a ghost town. It was abandoned because of the high risk of natural disasters, including landslides and earthquakes. It looks like something out of a Hollywood set, which might be due to the amount of movies filmed there, including Quantum of Solace and The Passion of the Christ. The city is situated on a 400-meter cliffside, making it easy to protect from other humans, but very hard to upkeep and protect from natural disasters. Today, the city is visited by many tourists, but does not have anyone living in it. If you had a chance to visit one of these places, which one would you pick? The hardest one to get into seems like the Chittagong shipbreaking yard. We are only getting started. Check out this amazing video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more great content.